In this special segment on Prime Crime, we revisit a murder case, an investigation that changed America's tryst with racism and segregation. It paved the way for landmark civil rights legislation in the US. White supremacy was thriving in the 1960s. The controversial and extremist Ku Klux Klan had cult following, and anyone fighting against systemic suppression of colored people was silenced, one way or another. Today, we recall the Mississippi burning case. It is 1964. The state of Mississippi is witnessing a watershed civil rights revolution. The Freedom Summer movement is at its peak. College students of all colors and backgrounds are fighting for the Black Americans' voting rights in the southern American state. And they were also standing up to the intimidation and fear spread by the Ku Klux Klan. That year, on a Sunday night of June 21st, 3 civil rights workers went missing. Their disappearance snowballed into a major call for justice when their bodies were found on August 4th, 61 years ago. Michael Schwerner, James Chaney, and Andrew Goodman. These 3 young men, working towards a more democratic and equal America, were targeted and killed by a white supremacist group. From there began a long investigation into the role of local police in supporting and helping the Ku Klux Klan, the deep-rooted racial bias that was uncovered, all of which led to a years-long trial. In 1967, 7 of the 18 defendants were found guilty, and this included the deputy sheriff of Neshoba County. But none of them were convicted on murder charges. The court result was not ideal, but the Mississippi murders were more than just a court case. In less than a month of the ghastly crime, the Civil Rights Act of 1964 was passed. On July 2nd that year, the landmark legislation outlawed discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. It also prohibited segregation in public places, banned discriminatory practices in employment, and addressed voting rights, the very cause that those 3 young men were fighting for. More than 6 decades later, the watershed moment is still remembered in revered tones.